This video, we will discuss the remainder theorem and the factor theorem. So with the remainder theorem, if the polynomial f of x is divided by x minus c, then the remainder is f of c. So in other words, what that means is if you have a linear divisor, you take the opposite constant. Notice we have x minus c right here. You take positive c and plug it into your function. That will be the remainder. So let's see how that works. Given the function f of x is equal to x cubed minus 4x squared plus 5x plus 3, use the remainder theorem to find f of 2. So we can use synthetic division to do this. Take this 2, put it up here in your mini partial square. We use the coefficients of what we were dividing into. So we have 1, -4, 5, and 3. Put those right here. Drop the 1. Take this 2, multiply it times 1, and put it up here. So 2 times 1 is 2. Add these together, we get -2. Repeat that process. 2 times -2 is -4. Add these together, we get 1. 2 times 1 is 2. Add these together, we get 5. So this is our remainder in synthetic division. So now, according to the remainder theorem, when I take 2 and plug it into my function, I should get 5. So plug 2 into the function. That's going to be 2 cubed minus 4, 2 squared plus 5 times 2 plus 3. So 2 cubed is 8. 2 squared is 4. 5 times 2 is 10, and we have 3. 4 times 4 is 16. So 8 minus 16 is -8. Plus 10 is 2. Plus 3 is 5, which is our remainder. So that's the remainder theorem right there. If this was in function form, it would have been x minus 2. So if you have x minus 2, plug in positive 2. Remember, you use the opposite when it's set up with your x as as your divisor. And you plug into your function. That'll be your remainder. So that's the remainder theorem. Right. Factor theorem. If you have f of x as a polynomial, when you plug c into your function, then x minus c is a factor of f of x. If x minus c is a factor of f of x, that means f of c has to be equal to 0. So in other words, when you look at your factors, how do you get your solutions? We factor our equation and we get our factors. So let's look at this. If I have x squared plus 7x plus 10, when I factor that, that's x plus 5 and x plus 2. So that means x plus 5 and x plus 2 are factors of x squared plus 7x plus 10. That also means when I plug in -5, remember we use the opposite sign here. When I plug in -5, I'll get 0. And when I plug in -2, I will also get 0 when I plug them into this function right here. If those are the factors of this function, when I plug the opposite term, I'll get 0. And that goes back to a 0 being our solutions. If I solve this for x, subtract 5 from both sides, I have x equal to -5. If I solve this for x, when I subtract 2 from both sides, I get x equal to -2. So that's where all of this comes from. All of these things are connected. So let's look at an example. Solve the equation 2x cubed minus 3x squared minus 11x plus 6 equal to 0, given that 3 is a 0. Don't forget, 0 is another word for solution. Also, don't forget, if I have x cubed as my highest exponent, that means the degree of my function is 3. That means I should get 3 solutions, even if something is repeated or if something is imaginary. I should have 3 solutions. So they give us a solution, which is 3. 3 is a 0. That means 3 is a solution. So that's my first solution. What I can do is use that 3 in the synthetic division process, like I did back with the remainder theorem. Put 3 here. I can use it to break down the actual function that I have. So I use my coefficients 2, -3, -11, and 6. Bring your 2 down. 3 times 2 is 6. Add these together. It gives me a +3. 3 times 3 is 9. Add these together. Give me a -2. 3 times -2 is -6. Add these together. I get 0. Now this has to be 0 because the problem told you that 3 is a 0. If 3 is a 0, that means 3 is a solution. That means the remainder is 0. If this doesn't happen and the problem told you that 3 was 0, then somewhere you went wrong in your calculation. This has to happen because the problem told you that 3 was a 0. 0 means you're going to get 0 as the remainder. So from there, I start with 1 degree less than I had originally. So my original degree of my function was x cubed. So when I use these numbers, I put that 2 in front of x squared plus 3x minus 2 equals 0. I just go in descending order. Now I can factor this or use the quadratic formula. I decided to factor. That's 2x minus 1 times x plus 2 equal to 0. Now I can set each piece equal to 0. That means when I solve 2x minus 1 equals 0, x will be equal to 1/2. X plus 2 equals 0, x will be equal to -2. And those would be all 3 of my equations, 3, 1/2, and -2. Also, if I wanted to write that function as factors, that would be x minus 3, 2x minus 1, and x plus 3, just a side note. All right, let me know if you have any questions.